10th minisode, 100 episodes of the main podcast. Actually, this is more than our 10th minisode. This is our 12th
Oh, because we did like the concert.
and we did the 100 subscriber special.
I guess that counts. That was only on YouTube.
Yeah.
So all you Spotify and Apple listeners are like, what?
I mean, we talked about it.
Did we? I suppose. Go watch that video. That was for 100 subscribers. This is 100 episodes.
We should probably have planned something bigger.
We
Maybe
didn't.
bought like a cake, but
For just us to eat.
yeah.
I wish we had like confetti or something. Again, just for us, not for any of the listeners, because they can't see that shit. They can't see a cake or confetti.
We actually made this entire studio out of cake.
Guess which parts are cake and which parts aren't. Nothing to do with DCOMs at all.
We're now playing Is It Cake?
This podcast is now Is It Cake?
We're actually just going to review every episode of Is It Cake from here on out.
Yeah. We said 100's enough.
100's enough.
What, is there like 20 more? Forget those. Who needs Luck of the Irish?
Who needs Camp Rock 3?
No one.
Coming next week.
No one. Welcome, everybody, to the DCOM Duo podcast.
I'm BenG.
I'm Kelsey.
We're the DCOM Duo.
Podcast in mini form.
Yeah. Watch this one on YouTube if you want. It's got like an on-screen component.
Bam! There it is. The on-screen component in your face immediately.
Yeah, I bet you've never seen a Google Sheet before.
Crazy. This is our 10th one. Y'all know what's up by now, right? If this is your first minisode, welcome.
Yeah.
We rank the movies in a spreadsheet.
Yeah. Much more low-key and unstructured, except not really, but at the same time it is.
Yeah, those are words. We watched in total 100 DCOMs.
Yeah.
Wild.
At the end of this, we're going to rank the top 100 DCOMs that we have watched for this podcast.
That's right. They're all in the top 100. Congrats to these movies. They're all in the top 100 DCOMs. Specifically, though, we've watched 10 DCOMs since we've last talked in mini form. So we are going to rank the last 10 DCOMs first individually amongst themselves, and then we will shoehorn them into the main list. And then, as a treat, I have found some fan fiction from most of the last 10 movies. There's a couple that I couldn't find. I think it was just Buffalo Dreams and the Jenny Project didn't have fan fiction.
Shame. I feel like those would have been good.
Yeah, I don't.
Someone give me the mailman and the wife.
Oh, that would have been fun fanfic. But yeah, everything else did. Well, okay. Also, Good Luck Charlie. I didn't find specifically movie fanfic, but it's a show. It's a popular show.
There's certainly tons of fanfic of Charlie.
Yeah, so I found something interesting there, and
Kelsey did all the prep work for this one.
Yeah, so BenG's gonna be just as surprised as everyone else with what fanfic I was able to find for these movies. So stay tuned for that. But first, let's do this. Let's rank.
Yeah, the 10 movies we watched in this most recent cycle we're going to be ranking are Freaky Friday, Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam, Descendants 2, Buffalo Dreams, The Jenny Project, Upside Down Magic, Under Wraps, the 2021 version, Jumping Ship, Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas, and Cloud 9.
That's right.
You can watch any of those episodes in the same place that you're listening to this.
Streaming now.
Yeah.
All of those episodes.
Look at that card in the top right corner. Wow.
You think I want to do
all 10 of them?
No. All right, let's start with Freaky Friday.
Yeah, honestly, looking through this list, I feel like we're going to start off really easy with ranking these before getting into our big arguments.
We had some really heavy hitters in this 10. Specifically, we did so many musicals in a row.
Yeah.
Starting with Freaky Friday.
It also was connected from the back.
Yeah.
Crazy. So, obviously, compared to itself, Freaky Friday is going to be the top of the one that we're ranking here so far.
Yeah, I really enjoy Freaky Friday. I enjoy that it's a musical. I like musicals. I think it's genuinely funny. It genuinely has some heart.
I think it is so weird to get opinions of this because we've actually watched it compared to all the people I feel like who talk about it online.
Yeah, we've actually
And
seen it.
understand that it's based on a stage musical
Mhm.
more than the Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah,
and
it's not
everything.
trying to be Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, like, at all,
No,
really.
I think the movie is good. Uh, like we had it in our overall ranking previously, very high up. I
Very
won't be
high.
surprised if it drops slightly,
Yeah,
just because I think we've gained appreciation for some other films.
but I do still appreciate this one.
Yes,
Like, it's my opinion of it didn't lower, I
yeah.
don't think.
No, I think out of this 10, it could very well be the second place out of these 10.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna see it there, and we're pretty positive on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
definitely
just
like
not a
this
perfect
one.
movie, and not because it necessarily is flawed. Just more of it doesn't always hit the biggest highs.
Right, but it is good. I
It is
like
good,
it's
and it's good
definitely
consistently.
yeah, and it's definitely one that, like, I've gone back to and will go back to of,
Hmm.
like, I will watch this movie again, and I think it's good. Also, fun episode. We had our friend
Yeah,
David on that episode. That was a good time. So, Freaky Friday,
click the
sounds
card in
fun.
the top right
No,
corner.
shut up. I'm not gonna do every movie. Alright, next is Camp Rock 2: The Final Jam.
Clearly below Freaky Friday.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that are going to be easy to rank in the beginning here because I feel a lot of stuff that feels kind of distinct in a tier, or at least easy to rank if they are in the same tier.
Uh-huh.
Uh, for this first section of movies, Camp Rock 2 is an even more distilled version of my opinions of Camp Rock, which is the couple of moments that it's good, and by good I mean bad, are
Mhm. Oh
fantastic,
my gosh.
incredible.
There's so many funny, like, memes and quotes from
So
this
many
movie.
1 second moments of this film
Yes.
that are fantastic,
Yeah.
mostly ironically, occasionally non-ironically,
Yeah, mostly ironically.
but it's actually way more boring and like obtuse than it should be.
Yeah, and the plot doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, we talked about it in the
Yeah.
episode of, like, there's so many flaws to this plot and how they structured this movie, but it's still fucking crazy and cringe just like the first one is, but, like, the first one, I don't know, made more sense to me.
Yeah. The first one feels more like it justified itself
Yeah,
compared to this one.
yeah,
And yeah, I would definitely have Camp Rock 1 above Camp Rock 2. And I
definitely.
definitely would have Freaky Friday above
Oh
Camp
my
Rock 2.
gosh, yeah. And hey, looking forward to the third one. Next is Descendants 2.
This is at the top.
Easy top of this list.
Yeah.
Descendants 2 is a great movie.
There will be stuff when we like this is going to be in our top 20 overall. It's probably
For
going to be in our
sure.
top 15 overall,
For sure.
maybe higher than that.
Maybe
That's where
higher
we're
than
going to
that.
start having arguments. I feel like we need to save our breath for that.
Okay, we will.
This is clearly, I believe, out of these 10, the
The
only
best.
one in that atmosphere.
Yeah, I feel like Descendants 2 is definitely gonna be a heavy hitter in the main list. Freaky Friday is gonna be decently high, and then we're gonna drop the fuck down with, like,
Yeah.
Camp Rock and the rest of I mean, we'll see where the other ones lie too, but Descendants 2 is so great. Like, it's such a great follow-up to Descendants 1, introducing Uma and the pirates, like, bringing China Anne McClain into the franchise was an amazing choice, like, amazing casting.
Hmm.
They bring so much to the franchise. The music is incredible and the choreography, like Kenny Ortega, amazing. I love this franchise.
Kenny Ortega knows how to make a sequel, and I feel like it's a
Yeah,
very underrated aspect of him as a
he
director.
really does. Because High School Musical 2 is
Is it very much the same movie, same
yeah,
as Cheetah Girls 2. All
yeah,
three of those sequels are very much the same energy, where you lose a little bit, yes, of what made that first movie special and tick,
mhm,
but you gain a lot in terms of the musicality, having fun in the world that you've created,
yeah,
playing around with these characters and putting them in like interesting situations.
yeah, and or bringing new
It
characters
just, yeah,
in. Yeah,
all three of those sequels that he directed feel less earnest than the first
a
one.
little bit,
And that's like the question of is the first or second better between the two?
right. Where, like, I think we lose a little bit of quality of, like, plot
Hmm.
in exchange for quality of, like, production and music,
Yeah.
Um,
So
it's
yeah.
very fun times for all those Kenny Ortega sequels and Descendants 2 specifically. Next, we have Buffalo Dreams. I think this goes on the bottom of this list so
Out of these
far.
four, I think so too.
Yeah.
Like Camp Rock 2's annoying, but it's got its highs.
I would way rather watch Camp Rock 2 than Buffalo
Dreams.
It's boring.
It's always weird when we're doing these because obviously in the time that we're recording this, we watched Cloud 9 a week ago.
Yeah.
We watched Buffalo Dreams like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah. Crazy.
So big difference in there. So it's really different questions of how we're remembering everything. But it just isn't that much of a one that sits in my brain. It isn't that one that even at its time feels that special. The cool stuff it doesn't lean into.
No.
And
I feel like they totally fumbled the plot. They could have done it in a way better way. And it just is boring a lot of times.
On this rewatch of it and the way that it sit for me, it's just like I don't know what it's offering that I want to go to. If I want a serious movie, I feel like there's better serious movies. Yeah. If I want like a movie that does some crazy stuff, like the dream sequences that they're doing in here, way crazier stuff happens elsewhere.
Yeah.
If I want a sports movie, there's much better sports movies.
No, this one's like barely a sports movie. It is because it ends in a sports race, but like
if I want like getting to know someone as a friend better type of a plot, there's a lot better of those of DCOMs. It doesn't necessarily flop in any aspect. It's just nothing about it is exciting me, and I feel like that's going to be a death sentence to it in this rating.
For sure. Next is the Jenny Project, the monkey movie. Yeah. Dad brought home a monkey, and he's a horrible father and husband.
Here is the first of my fights that I'm going to go for, because I feel like you're going to be shocked about this.
Don't say it's about Camp Rock 2.
I'm saying it's about Camp Rock 2.
I'm putting my foot down on that.
The Jenny Project, I had a shocking amount of fun with. It was stupid the whole way through. I forgot it was stupid the whole way through until our rewatch, and I'm like, wait a second, like, early on in the movie, you just get the mom being like, no, you gotta use the bathroom.
But that's stupid potty humor.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
I'm okay with that. Camp Rock 2 is boring for the majority of its runtime.
I am not putting the Jenny Project above Camp Rock 2. I refuse.
The positives I have to say about the Jenny Project are, first off, I remember Frank the mailman all the time now.
He was funny.
They just randomly have the court scene thrown in there. There's so many random moments of this film that just happen, and it's like, why is this the direction they went with this movie?
But the fact, like, remember the music and how seriously it's taking itself,
which is hilarious.
Literally the
you
entire
mentioned
time.
It multiple
it's
times
funny,
on that
but
podcast.
This movie is not good, and like
we're not ranking these on quote good. We're not ranking on quality. We're ranking on enjoyment.
And I enjoy Camp Rock 2 better.
And I enjoy Jenny Project better.
I cannot do it. I am putting Jenny Project below Camp Rock 2, above Buffalo Dreams. I can't do it.
It's clearly below Freaky Friday. I'll say that. And I definitely think I'm closer between Jenny Project and Camp Rock 2 than you are between the two.
I am.
So I knew this was a losing battle, but I wanted to fight it.
Okay. Next is Upside Down Magic. This is like pretty good.
I think it's clearly between Freaky Friday and Camp Rock 2 because I think there's multiple tiers in between those.
And I feel like we might be one of the only people being like, no, y'all need to give Upside Down Magic a chance. Like,
no, yeah.
You know?
There's intrigue about it, and I feel like it's we talk a lot about it in the podcast, believe it or not. There's some spunk to Upside Down Magic.
There is.
There's some world building. There's some intriguing stuff. And it's clearly not fully baked.
But it needed a sequel, which is crazy to say that of like, man, I wish this had more. They could have benefited a lot from a sequel of like more lore building.
Yeah, more relationship figuring out. It didn't feel like we hit a real endpoint.
Right.
We hit a fine conclusion for a movie.
It's a perfectly fine like first movie. And I am a little sad that we didn't get to explore this world more.
But I think of the stuff that they set up, there's interesting stuff.
There is. And like Scriff. Shout out Scriff. One of the best DCOM characters in any DCOM. Mm-hmm. We love Scriff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of our biggest sleeper picks, I think.
Yeah, whereas like
DCOMs.
I don't know.
No one talks about it.
Yeah, which is like crazy because it's so recent. Mm-hmm. Was it 2021?
It was 2020.
Well,
it's 6 years old now.
COVID kind of killed it a little.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more recent than all the other movies that came out like in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. Speaking of recent, Under Wraps 2021, the remake of the original DCOM.
Where the hell do we put this?
Great question. Because this movie's fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's in the middle somewhere. It's definitely below Upside Down Magic. I'll give you that.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. It's hard because what does it really do well?
Yeah, that's a great question.
But unlike Buffalo Dreams, where like it's boring on top of not doing anything particularly well, Under Wraps is very functional as a remake.
It is. It works as a movie. It's not super exciting.
Is it still crazy though to put it below Jenny Project and Camp Rock 2 here? Because we don't quote anything from this movie. It's crazy because I'm like, Under Wraps 2. Now that's one I will talk about.
We are excited about Under Wraps 2. And Under Wraps 1, it's like Octopus Lady, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay putting it below Jenny Project. I'm never gonna change.
And I feel like we came off of the Under Wraps podcast surprisingly positive on this.
But I also think we realized like this isn't gonna stick in our memories. Though.
No.
Like watching the movie, we're like, this is a fine movie.
It's so passable.
Yeah.
Whereas the Jenny Project again, it was a low-key banger. I was in the mood when I was watching that.
That one's wild. Next we have
another low-key banger.
Jumping Ship, which is the sequel to Horse Sense, but you wouldn't know it by the way it's titled. This one is fun.
It was way more fun than I remembered it being.
Well, we gave it a lot of credit in our original ranking, actually. We put it way above the first one, which, out of the podcast, I'm like, they're way closer in my mind, actually. Like, I feel like I was kind of let down on this rewatch because we hyped it up so much the first time, but it's still fun. Like, there's some fun stuff happening.
It's stupid, and it knows it's stupid, which is a good thing to do.
It's trying to be like a wacky island adventure.
Which makes it so the seriousness is, like, funny in a lot of ways.
Oh my god.
Except for the fact that Andrew Lawrence cannot shut the fuck up about his future stepdad.
Say Tommy couldn't shut the fuck up about his dad. Like, oh, my mom's boyfriend. I hope
it drives the plot to the halt every single time.
I hope she knows how much I like Mark. Shut up about it. You're literally dying on an island.
Yeah. Well, not really. Apparently, it's like a yacht to them. But then they're like getting hunted down.
Yeah. The pirates that just will not give up on this like group of guys. After like 2 weeks, they couldn't find them. And then the flare goes up and they're like, too easy. This one is fun. I put it definitely above Jenny Project.
I would put it above Camp Rock 2, I think. It's below Upside Down Magic.
If that's like, I know I put Jenny Project below it, so if you want it above Camp Rock 2, I can live with it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do that in my personal rankings probably, but that's okay. Next is Go Low Charlie, It's Christmas. Man, fuck this movie.
It was better than I thought it was on a rewatch.
But I
always kept saying, I'm not going to defend it. No. The only reason to watch it, truthfully, is you are watching through Good Luck Charlie, the show. Yeah. And it's that time. I just
have so many problems with this movie, and it probably is because I haven't really watched the show. But, like, the way it's structured plot-wise...
It's structured, like 2 to 3 episodes of a show.
Which is annoying for a movie. I do not like this movie. Do you like this or Buffalo Dreams better? Because that's
Under Wraps is definitely better.
Yeah. I'll let you choose. Because I don't like either.
That's a difficult choice, I feel. I really don't know. They are bad and completely separate reasons to me. I feel like Good Luck Charlie's Christmas is worse. Okay. The reason why is its bad moments stick out in my head more than its good moments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what good moments does it have?
It has some stuff.
That one scene with the grandpa I thought was funny.
You also like the scene where Charlie is
where she's a dinosaur. Yeah, that was cute.
It's got bits that work.
There's so much that doesn't work for me.
And it's not even the fact that it doesn't work as much. It's just like, it feels off because it's shot like a TV show.
Yeah. So fair.
But you give it more seriousness because you're treating it like a movie.
Yeah. Lastly, we have Cloud 9, which clearly goes at the top of the list.
Above Descendants 2? Is that
Yeah,
where we're putting it?
of course. Naturally.
You know, I could just say, all right, let's do it. And you're going to have to live with that.
I'm joking. I do
Oh.
like Cloud 9, though, more than you.
You like it more than me. We definitely, I think, got closer on this most recent rewatch of it. Our podcast for that just came out.
Yeah, a week ago.
Yeah, so we don't need to tear everyone's ear off talking about it now.
I would put it above Jumping Ship, but I know you probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't put it above Jumping Ship. I would not. The problem with Cloud 9 is, truthfully, I feel like I've watched it 3 times now. I feel like on my 5th time, I'm going to be like, I finally get it.
But think about Snowboard School.
That's not even in there.
An epic fail. Will Cloud epic fail?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I can get enjoyment out. I will say this. I'm fine with it if you also just put it above Camp Rock 2, below Jumping Ship.
Okay.
At least Jumping Ship feels more earned outside of Tommy just consistently complaining about.
Yeah, or is it below Camp Rock 2?
To me, I just have a much lower opinion of Camp Rock 2, I think, than you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's been dictating a lot of this list.
I mean, we can do in between Jumping Ship and Camp Rock 2.
If you want to put it below, then put it below Jenny Project 2. It is better than Under Wraps 2021, I believe. On this rewatch, I think I would say that.
I'm fine with where it is.
All right.
Okay, so our list for the last 10 ranking at the top, starting at the top, going down. Sentence 2, Freaky Friday, Upside Down Magic, Jumping Ship, Cloud 9, Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam, The Jenny Project, Under Wraps 2021, Buffalo Dreams, and Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas.
And honestly, if we're hearing this right now, we've got
couple A's,
a few A's, maybe a high B in those top 3.
Yeah.
Then you get one C tier of Jumping Ship.
And Cloud 9.
Yeah. And then that's a low C
Camp
to
Rock.
me. Camp Rock's a high D to me. And then it's just a bunch of stuff. Whereas Jenny Project's a mid C for me. That's where the difference is.
Okay. Well, now we got to add these in the main list. So, big question, how high is Descendants 2?
How high will Descendants 2 fly?
Well, okay, Descendants 1, this is a good place to look at. Descendants 1 is in the 7th slot.
I, in my heart of hearts, think I like Descendants more. Descendants 1.
That's crazy.
And yeah, I understand the disagreements there of it.
I mean, it's not crazy. I think both movies are very good.
If you feel strongly about it, this is one I'm definitely more convincible on.
I'm okay putting them right next to each other. If you are.
I could live with that too. I'm looking at that top 10 that we have right now. And I'm it's definitely better than You Wish.
Oh yeah.
Phineas and Ferb I would probably put above it, but I'm also high on that movie.
It's crazy because it's it starts so good and then I feel like it falls off. And the music in that movie isn't as strong as I like it. Phineas and Ferb as a show, incredible, top of this list, but it's that movie specifically, could be better.
I also like Alley Cat Strike, I think, more than it, but it's definitely below High School Musical 2. I'll start with that.
I would put it right above Descendants.
I can live with that. They're close enough to me that if you want to do that, I can live with that.
And they're just right next to each other. Because truly, for me, they're right next to each other.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a question of, you want more of a heart in your story, or do you want just firing on all cylinders for what the music, art, atmosphere, not art, I guess, when the wigs are that bad, but
yeah. Yeah, and I will let you put Descendants 3 lower than those.
Mm-hmm. I do think Descendants 3 is a step down. It's still a good movie, but it's a step down.
Yeah. All right, next we have Freaky Friday.
So this is definitely going lower.
Yeah.
You Wish on our rewatch of it was really fun.
It was funny.
I'm
okay.
I like Can of Worms more than it too.
Really?
It's going to be around this area.
I mean, I agree. It's kind of on the same caliber as The Swap.
Yeah.
For me.
And I think I like The Swap more.
Really?
The heart in The Swap actually works, and
the heart in Freaky Friday works too.
Yeah.
Freaky Friday's a musical.
I think The Swap is a bit slightly higher highs. I would put it right below the swap, right
And
above How to Build a Better Boy.
I can live with that.
Because How to Build a Better Boy is a good, fun comedy, but like it does stuff that doesn't work at all times. Where again, I don't think Freaky Friday ever fails.
Right.
It just doesn't always hit the highest note.
And How to Build a Better Boy does fail sometimes.
Yeah. It's just real, like, it's a very good hit rate for a Disney Channel
Yeah,
comedy.
it is. All right, next is Upside Down Magic. We're definitely going to move down a little.
Yeah. It's below How to Build a Better Boy, Cheetah Girls 2. I would say it's below Jump In, Minutemen, and Let It Shine, and Color of Friendship,
And Zombies. And
and
Stepsister.
Stepsister.
Full Court Miracle?
I would put it below Full Court Miracle, above Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
I would put it below Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
I can live with that.
Is it above Brink?
It's above Bad Hair Day. I feel decent about that.
Okay, so
And
is
honestly,
Brink better?
the more I think about Brink, the more I like Brink.
So we can put it right below
I think
Brink.
right below Brink's a fine spot for it.
We're putting it right in between Brink and Bad Hair Day. Next is Jumping Ship. We're moving down again.
We are going to be moving down, I think, a fair bit here. I see Den Brother. I'm like, I think Den Brother's better than Jumping Ship.
Slumber Party.
I think that's better too.
Invisible Sister's better. Genius is better.
Genius is better.
Cowbells is better. Camp Rock. I put a Sad Face by Camp Rock. Remember that?
You were, I think, really mad.
Didn't we move it at one? And I'm like, we've already added stuff to the list, so it actually was by something else. It wasn't by Camp Rock. I don't remember what it was by. That was months ago. I have to look back.
Years ago.
No, I think it was the last minisode that we did that. I don't know. I'll have to look back. I wonder what I was sad about. Was it High School Musical 3?
Yeah, I think it's because I put Sharpays above High School Musical 3, and you were upset about that.
And I was upset about that. So there was.
I'm letting you win some of these arguments here today.
Yeah,
I'm giving in more often here. Honest to goodness,
I like Camp Rock more than Jumping Ship, and honestly, probably Radio Rebel.
I like Radio Rebel. Get a Clue seems roughly similar.
Yeah.
I still would probably put Get a Clue higher.
Okay, well, you know what's... Okay, let's go down the list. Get a Clue, Sharpays, High School Musical 3, and then it's Horse Sense.
And then it's Horse Sense, which is
interesting. Next to Horse Sense?
Honestly, we could. And it's not even necessarily the fact that it's a sequel to the other one. I think it's more the fact we gained an appreciation for Horse Sense. And they're very different movies, but they get into similar level of enjoyment.
Yeah.
Although Jumping Ship's for stupid reasons.
Yeah. And Horse Sense is like, it's a fine, serious movie. Yeah, I put it right above Horse Sense.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right. Next is Cloud9. I like Cloud9 more than Wizards.
I think I like Wizards more. I think I like Going to the Map more.
No.
I think I like Xenon more.
No.
Honestly, I'm looking through this list.
Uh-huh.
And the one that's like sticking out to me around area is the Wendy Wu, Jet Jackson, Rita the Weep, Adventures of Babysitting section. Because I think, again, for movies that, and this is trying to take your opinion into account, because my take would probably be a bit lower than that still.
Mm-hmm.
But for movies that on this podcast we like largely for stupid reasons, Avalon High is... I know. Is pretty
And that's
great.
right at 50 right now. I am not putting it below Jet Jackson the movie. I am fine putting it right below Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior.
I am cool with that. I even could like let you put it above Wendy Wu if you really wanted to.
I'll keep Wendy Wu above.
Yeah.
Respect for Brenda Song.
Respect for our DCOM queen.
Yeah. Next is Camp Rock 2, the Final Jam.
Yeah.
I want to put it as high as it can go at this point.
I think Jet Jackson's much more interesting.
I know, but I feel like they could have done more.
I also think Reading and Weep's more interesting. I think Adventures in Babysitting
flops. Let's put it above that.
I think my dream here would be like right below Kim Possible 2019, but I understand that's lower than you're gonna let it.
Camp Rock 2 is better than Adventures.
You can do this, but what you're gonna do is also put the Jenny Project right below it.
Oh, Jenny Project's better than Adventures in Babysitting?
Yeah. Because again, I think Jenny Project's better than Camp Rock 2 in a non-insignificant margin. But you're walling me there, so.
All right, Under Wraps 2021. Let's move down again.
Yeah. I see the Naughty 9. I know we moved down. I feel like Okay, it's worse than the Naughty Nine. It's worse
Stuck
than
in the
Stuck Suburbs
Suburbs.
and Double Team and Hounded and Ring of Endless Light
And Kim
and Kim
Possible.
Possible.
Miracle Lane 2.
I think it's worse than Miracle in Lane 2, but it might be better than the 13th year.
I think it is actually more entertaining than 13 Years.
I think so.
Wild. 13 Years is actually just boring.
It's really boring.
Which is sad. I
For
want
the
it to be.
Merman movie,
Yeah.
like they could have done so much more.
It actually was boring as hell. And I wish it was more exciting. I want to love the 13th year, and I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Buffalo Dreams.
All right, now we're getting into some
Going
stuff that
down
we're seeing,
again.
like some boredom around here.
It's like Scream Team.
I see Right on Track, and we jumped right over that, and it's worse than Right on Track. But I feel like it's around that area.
Peak Charming is right below that.
Peak Charming's so hard to consider on this rank.
Mhm.
I'm looking at Halloween Town 2, and I'm like, I would rather watch Halloween Town 2
That's so fair.
than Buffalo Dreams. Same with Don't Look Under the Bed.
Ah,
Honestly, the Even Stevens movie might be where it like stops.
where it's better than Even Stevens. 'Cause I hate Even Stevens movie.
Even Stevens wasn't good.
It wasn't, and I'm mad about it, and that's why we have it so low.
Yeah,
And I'm fine putting Buffalo Dreams above it.
I think that's where we go.
You don't like any of these movies anymore, so we're in the like I don't like this movie territory. And then it's Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas, which I also just have hatred for.
And again, we're honestly being too mean to it in its ranking. It's not that bad, but at the same time, it's
not
so
good.
hard to defend because it does nothing that's worth defending.
What is Starstruck doing this low?
It's actually sucks. You know this to be
I
true.
know, but I kind of love it because it's
I was gonna put above the sequel. That's where I think
right above
fits.
it, right below Frenemies.
Right below Frenemies, because
Sure.
Frenemies, for 1/3 of its runtime, kind of bangs.
Kind of bangs.
You can't get that much out of Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas compared to that.
He's Frenemies with a dog.
Unfortunately, Acts 2 and 3 of Frenemies, god awful.
Oh my gosh, they're horrible. But Act 1,
kind of fires.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
that's our list. I would read it out loud, but we're not going to do that.
It's literally 100 movies.
We'll read them all out when we're done with this podcast.
Yeah, I'll scroll through
like
slowly.
by this podcast, I mean the entire project.
Once we've ranked all of the DCOMs that are out at all, then we will read every single movie in our order of them. But for now, you can just look at the YouTube video and me slowly scrolling. You can pause if you're really interested in every single movie. Also, disclaimer, our opinions change all the fucking time. I'm looking back at this list and I'm like, why'd we do that?
I do think there could be a time where we re-rank some stuff because there's some stuff that we're upset about.
I think we should do that for like the last minisode. We just like
we probably won't have a full 10 through.
We'll just put the rest in and re-rank it.
Start and we'll say like, hey, here's our initial list. We'll copy it, and then we're going to make an edited list.
Yeah.
Live on air or something. Out of curiosity, what's the thing that you're like, oh, I hate that right now?
What, a movie I hate? Or
like
where it's...
Where you're like, that ranking's dumb.
I don't know. I saw some earlier where I was like, what is that doing so low? Maybe it was like Starstruck. Of like, what do you mean? Avalon High?
I feel like you're forgetting how much fun Avalon High was.
No, and then it should be higher.
Oh yeah, it should be higher. I agree. Like, why do we have it below Life is Rough right now?
Or like I'm Stuck in the Suburbs when I saw where I'm like, that's too low, I think.
I think it would get bumped up. Maybe not a crazy amount, but it would get bumped up.
Yeah.
I could see it getting like up 10. Whereas Avalon High, I'm like, that could easily be in our current low 20s, high 30s range and completely fit in.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy the like glow up that has had. In your brain specifically, I was always an Avalon High defender.
I was so mad the first time with the twist. I didn't think it was
so
clever.
Much better on a rewatch when you realize you don't need to care.
Yeah, because we were like having so much fun theorizing who she was, and she was King Arthur, and I was mad about it.
And that's the lamest choice it could have been.
Yeah. All right, you ready for some fan fiction?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of have a lot. All right, fan fiction. We're just gonna go in order of the movies that we watched them. We're starting with Freaky Friday. So I found this author called Ice Princess 12345. And she wrote like 2 maybe even 3. And the first one I'm not reading, but it was about Fletcher like falling into a coma. Like he hits his head and falls into a coma and the EMTs come and that's it. It's like not long at all. And
Okay.
I think he's okay.
And this is specifically for
The
the
musical.
DCOM
I
version of it.
actually found
That's
fanfiction
crazy.
for the musical, and it was tagged under Freaky Friday 2003, but they're like, it's not that. It says, yes, I know it's not the characters from Freaky Friday 2003. They didn't have Freaky Friday 2018. So, also, okay, in her world, they have like another little sister who's like 3 years old.
Sure.
Sure, I don't know why. What's her name? Her name is Gracie, and she's in this fan fiction. So this is by Ice Princess 12345. It's called The Day After, and this is just a snippet of it. Um, and I thought it was funny because the grammar is really bad. So we'll read.
Hey, don't slander our queen, Ice Princess 12345.
Well, it's just me. Can you please open the door so we can talk? Catherine asks as she sighted. Ellie then opened the door and she saw Catherine standing there. Catherine opened her arms and Ellie gave Catherine a hug and cried in Catherine's arms. I know it's hard, Elle, but you will get through it. It just takes time. Shh, it's okay, honey. These are all like run on sentences and there's no quotations, by the way. I'm sure you will break a lot of hearts and some more boys will break your hearts. Break as in BRAKE. Your heart will heal sometime soon, Elle. But after your first breakup, they will just get easier, and one day you will find the right guy, Catherine said as she gave Ellie a kiss on her forehead. Okay, thanks, Mom. I needed a mother's touch after 2 weeks of a breakup, Ellie said as she sniffled. Anytime, honey. Now let's go eat dinner. Your brother and sister are probably hungry by now. Come on, Catherine said as she smiled. Okay, Mom, I am coming, Ellie said as she smiled. Catherine and Ellie went downstairs and got dinner. Catherine put Gracie in her high chair, and then she got Gracie in Fletcher's dinner. 1 hour later, dinner was done and the kids got ready for bed. Catherine got Gracie for bed. Fletcher and Ellie were in their rooms. Catherine was rocking Gracie to sleep. 10 minutes later, Gracie was sleeping. Catherine put Gracie in bed and tucked her in. She gave her a kiss and then checked on Fletcher. He was sleeping. Catherine tucked Fletcher in and gave him a kiss. Then she went into Ellie's room. Ellie was still awake. Hey, honey, I thought you were sleeping, Catherine said as she smiled and sat down next to Ellie. I can't sleep, Mom. Have you ever been able to sleep at all during your first breakup, Mom? Ellie asked as she sighed. Not really, honey. I couldn't sleep at all. I was younger than you, Catherine said as she sighed. But didn't Grandma sit up with you through the night knowing her? Ellie asked as she smiled. Honey, I didn't even know Grandma when I was younger. Ellie, I was taking from Grandma and Grandpa when I was a baby.
What?
Catherine said as she sighed. Really, Mom? Ellie asked as she looked at Catherine. Yes, really, Elle. So my first breakup, I was all alone. No one cared about me when I was a teenager at all. I wasn't even sure if I could help you through your first breakup. I thought I would have been at it, Catherine said as she sighed. You're not bad at it. You are doing really good, Mom. Hey, Mom, could you sit with me until I fall asleep? Ellie asked as she smiled. Of course, honey. I can stay until you fall asleep. Catherine said as she put her arm around Ellie, and Ellie put her head on Catherine's shoulder and closed her eyes. Ellie was out in 5 minutes. Catherine got off of Ellie's bed and gently laid Ellie down on the bed. Catherine then tucked Ellie in bed and she gave her a kiss. Catherine then went into her room. She got ready for it and then went to bed. The end.
So this is definitely someone's like first time writing.
No, because they wrote Fletcher gets in a coma first. Just yeah. This was published in 2019. Pretty fun. The Day After is the title. I'm guessing after the breakup.
The breakup is not after the switching bodies.
And it's just about a mother comforting her daughter.
I guess they don't last. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it must be Adam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't say it, but yeah.
Fun.
Are they all this long?
No, but I don't know. Some of them are long. The next Freaky Friday one,
I did not think it would be multiple.
to read this one all out, but I do think it's funny. So this is called Ellie's Unknown Secret by Percy J. Games 123, and it's like Ellie's belly button ring's not the only secret she has, and it's a split POV. So Ellie's POV, I'll summarize, is basically like, oh, my stomach feels so good. I can actually eat junk food. And she eats the donuts, you know?
Mhm.
She's like, oh, I've been so nauseous lately. I can eat the donuts. And then Catherine's POV is like, I didn't make the connection after lunch. Like, I thought the flutter in my stomach was the fact that I was not in my body, but I'm so nauseous. And then I'll read the last sentences. After I finished puking my guts out, I went to wipe off my shirt. I realized that Ellie's belly button being pierced wasn't the only secret my daughter was keeping from. Ellie was pregnant.
Crazy. You know what? That would be a fun body swap, like Freaky Friday.
You find out your daughter's pregnant.
Think about that. That
That's
could be really interesting to explore.
crazy. Not for a DCOM.
Not for a DCOM. No, definitely
No.
not for a DCOM.
And that's it. They didn't finish.
Yeah. So that's an interesting concept.
Yeah. Next, Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam. Obviously, there's a lot for this. I found 2 of like characters that maybe you think about less. The first one is called Tess Luke One Shots, where they're just writing little short snippets about Tess and Luke and shipping them.
You know, everyone's favorite characters
Everyone's favorite.
from Camp Rock.
Yeah, and this is by Kate Types. So this is an excerpt from that. Tess shyly looked at Luke for a moment, then looked at her friends again. Before anyone asked, "This is Luke. Me and him, well, we've known each other for a while." One of Tess's other friends, Natalie, spoke up. "When did you guys meet each other?" Luke chuckled. "Last summer at camp. Ever heard of Camp Star?" None of Tess's friends knew about the place until the blonde said something about it.
The blonde.
I don't know. "Guys, I already told you about that camp. Axel Turner runs it." Natalie gasped. "Oh, crap. You did tell us about that. And about Luke." He cocked a brow. "Negatively, or?" Tess laughed. "I told them everything about how you used to act towards me, Luke, but it seems like you changed a bit." Luke shrugged. "I'm a bit nicer towards you, and I agreed on a compliment that was for you, so progress?" Tess faced Luke with a curious expression. "Maybe, but why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Like, did you really have a change of heart, or are you bipolar or something?" Genuine question, so please don't take it the wrong way or anything. Luke silenced Tess with a finger with his free hand, while the other one stayed around her waist. "Tess, I'm not bipolar, so I'm not offended or anything, since it seems like it to you." "What?" "I just had a change of heart, that's all. I thought you were still a diva, but you kinda are not really when you're around me." His hold on Tessa's waist tightened slightly, pulling her close. "Plus, you're honestly cute when you're not being competitive." Tess must have been daydreaming or something. Not that she would daydream about Luke, but it seemed like he was sort of a different guy. He asked her out to prom after dissing her dancing skills and then won't keep his hands off her? Anyway, the blonde mentally stumbled her words as she tried to form a sentence. Are you joking?" Or Luke shook his head while faint blush started to spread on his cheeks. "Not at all, Tess. You're really pretty, and I wouldn't mind if we started seeing each other." After moving his hands to intertwine with Tess's, Luke pulled the blonde a bit closer before gently kissing her cheek. He didn't want to push any potential boundaries and kiss her on the lips. Without consent. That was a parentheses on the lips. The blonde gasped once she felt Luke's lips touch her face. "You really wouldn't mind?" The guy with braids shook his head. "No, surprisingly, but only if you keep your attitude down." Tess rolled her eyes with a small smile on her lips. "Maybe I'll tone that down, Luke, but it won't be for you. Only because I can." Tess hated being told what to do, if no one could tell. But anyway, Luke pulled her onto the dance floor once a slow jam started playing. They swayed with each other, letting the melody guide them with each step. Then Tess felt herself get pulled closer, right into a delightful kiss on her lips. And that's that one.
You seem to enjoy reading that one.
Yeah.
You really got into it.
Yeah. What? I like this fanfic. It's so clearly written by like young people because that's the target audience for these. I don't know. I find it funny how they're imagining like, what if these two went to prom? And Luke's like, haha, I'm nice now.
So impressive.
So impressive. I have another Camp Rock 2 one. You remember Baron and Sander?
Are those the Hasta La Vista guys?
They are the Hasta La Vista boys. There's a fanfic about them.
Even in the second movie, really?
Graham crackers.
Other than that?
Nope. But hey, this is set specifically after Camp Rock 2. That is in the description of this. This is called Too Much by Kate Types again. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. It's the same author as the last one.
I think you found a new favorite.
I found a new favorite writer. Okay. Baron held a piece of notebook paper in front of him. "Sander, can you You got some time, right? Sander was obviously confused. Bro, what are you talking about? I want to tell you something, but promise me you won't freak out or anything. Sander nodded slowly, giving his friends the go to start with whatever. Baron cleared his throat before looking directly at the paper he held, which had all kinds of scribbles and mess up handwriting that only he could read. Let's be real, he could only read one part. I'm really bad at romantic stuff, but I just wanted to say, I really like you, Sander. Our summer might be over soon, but I'd rather have fun with you like always and get all this off my chest. Remember when we first met, the first day? I talked to you. And also, Lisa. Sander laughed, but it wasn't in a bad way, and said he was laughing at how cheesy his best friend sounded, even if he was being a confessional romantic at the moment. He slowly went to Baron. You told me that we should be friends and stick together like glue. Baron folded his piece of paper and slid into his back pocket. That and how fly you are. We're literally the coolest duo here, Sander. They shared a gleeful moment before Baron made the first move and hugged his best friend, then pulled back, but swooped in for a small cheek kiss. It surely surprised Sander, who was now in the state of surprise from the sudden kiss. But even that wasn't enough for neither of them. With a quick urge, Baron laid one peck onto his homie as a small gift. Someone was clearly laughing their ass off. I take it you like me back? Sander finally returned from his state of surprise with a smile. Bro, ain't it obvious? So that's that one.
How'd you?
You know, he laid one peck onto his homie as a small gift.
I wonder, does Kate Types do like fanfic about Mitchie and Shane, or is that
No.
like purely like the minor characters?
I would love it if it's just the minor characters. Yeah. All right, next we got Descendants 2. I have one for this one. And okay, it's called 17 and Pregnant.
Oh,
It's by Rebecca and Lovebug, and it is 19 chapters long. And I just have the first chapter here, and I'll read it. And then I didn't read all of this, but I'll talk about what I saw in the last chapter. So this first chapter is called Four Secrets. Mal had faced Uma, her own insecurities, and the pressure of being lady of the court, but nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared her for the two pink lines staring back at her. Her hands trembled.
that's such a like you remember the startling statement or whatever when you're writing like a 3-paragraph essay.
And you start with the, yeah.
That's such an English class line, but it's actually hilarious. The two pink lines staring at her.
Also, like, most, like, sentences, like, it goes to the next line. Like, there's, like, every line is, like, it's kind of like a poem, the way it's written.
Gotcha.
Just to visualize that. This can't be real, she whispered, though a tiny part of her already knew it was. Ben. How was she going to tell Ben? He'd been so patient with her, so gentle after everything that happened on the aisle. He deserved honesty, but this was huge, bigger than any spell she'd ever cast. She tucked the test into her jacket and stepped out of the bathroom, heart pounding. Across campus, Evie sat on her bed, staring at her own test. The same two pink lines.
Oh my god, they're pregnant together?
She wasn't scared of motherhood. She wasn't scared of responsibility. She'd practically raised half the aisle's kids anyway. But Doug. Sweet, awkward, loyal Doug. He'd been visiting his dad for the week and Evie hadn't told him yet. She didn't even know how to start.
Didn't she just find out she's pregnant? Of course.
Maybe she took multiple tests on her.
Oh.
Would he be excited, overwhelmed? Would he think she wasn't ready?
They knew the risk.
Evie pressed a hand to her stomach, exhaling slowly. Okay, Evie, she told herself. You've handled worse. But her voice shook. Lonnie had always been fearless. Captain of the sword,
Everyone's pregnant.
warrior heart, daughter Mulan. But the moment she saw the positive test, her breath caught. Jay, who was brave and loyal and protective, but also impulsive, reckless, and allergic to talking about feelings. How would he react? Would he panic? Would he run? Would he surprise her? Lonnie sat on the floor of her dorm room, knees pulled to her chest. This is real, she whispered. This is happening. And she wasn't sure if she was ready. Jane had never broken a rule in her life. Well, except for the time she stole her mom's wand and nearly destroyed Oridon, but that was different. This was personal. She stared at the test, her heart hammering so loudly she could barely hear her own thoughts. Carlos.
Look at the villain kid influence here. 4 villain kids come in, 14 pregnancies. That's what we're implying here.
Yes.
This is some bad undertones.
Sweet, brilliant, anxious Carlos. He's been working so hard training Dude 2.0 and studying for midterms. How could you draw something this
What happened to
electric, Gianna?
Dude 1.0?
Maybe that's the fact that he talks now? I don't know. Jane wiped her eyes. I have to tell him, she whispered. I have to tell him soon. By pure coincidence or fate, all 4 girls ended up in Evie's room that afternoon. Evie took one look at Mal's pale face. Mal took one look at Lonnie's shaking hands. Lonnie took one look at Jane's red eyes. And Evie said, okay, someone start talking. Mal swallowed. I'm pregnant. Evie blinked. Me too. Lonnie let out a shaky laugh. You're kidding, because same. Jane squeaked. Me too. Silence. Then chaos. 4 girls talking at once, panicking, laughing, crying, hugging. Evie finally raised her hands. Okay, we can do this. We're VKs. We survived the aisles. We survived Uma.
Okay, but 2 of these aren't VKs.
We survived Cotillion. We can survive telling our boyfriends. Mal groaned. Ben is gonna faint. Lonnie snorted. Jay's gonna break something. Jane whispered. Carlos gonna overthink himself into a coma. Evie sighed. And Doug? Doug is gonna cry, I just know it. The 4 girls looked at each other, scared, overwhelmed, but together. Tomorrow, Mal said. We tell them tomorrow. And for the first time since that morning, they all breathed a little easier. That's chapter 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so all 4 girls are pregnant at the same time. And there's 19 chapters. And I skimmed the last chapter because I'm like, does it end? Did they just not finish it? I think they didn't finish it. In chapter 19, Mal and Evie both have fevers at the same time, and there's like a thunderstorm. But I think Jane and Lonnie are fine. But they're like, my stomach hurts. Oh, she has a fever. And but they both do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, no Buffalo Dreams, no Jenny Project. I do have one from Upside Down Magic. So this is called Upside Down Magic 2 by Storyteller 316. And it's like, forgot how many chapters it is. Oh, it says right here. It's 11 chapters. I have chapter 6 and chapter 7 here to read because they're short.
Yeah.
What?
6, 7.
6, 7. I didn't get the whole plot of what's happening here. The description of the story is Nori and her friends are still dealing with shadow magic incident from a couple months before. Will everything turn out all right? So basically, they're just like, what happened after the movie? So this is chapter 6 called Feelings. Well, where am I? Asked Nori as she looked around at a pitch black void. How did you get in here? Asked the other Raina while appearing before her along with normal Raina. However, normal Raina was sitting on the ground with her knees pulled up to her chest and wrapped around them crying. Raina, said Nori, while trying to rush over, but soon found herself being stalked by an invisible force that grabbed hold of her body. I may not know how you got in here, but now I'll take over your body too, said the other Raina, while dark tentacles came from the void heading for Nori. No, you won't, said Nori as she struggled against the invisible force before turning into a snake with small fish fins. This allowed her to escape the invisible grip and the tentacles before turning back to normal and rushing to the real Raina. What? Asked the other Raina. Come on, Raina, snap out of it, said Nori while shaking her best friend. Nori, asked Raina as she looked at her, tears running down her cheeks. It's me, said Nori with a smile. What happened to you? She asked while wiping the tears away and holding her close to her. I just told her the truth, said the other Raina, that once you know her real feelings, then your friendship will be over. I mean, it's so obvious that you would hate her afterwards, she said. What is she talking about? Asked Nori, while looking at her friend with a confused expression. Guess I can't hide it anymore, said Raina. I've actually had a crush on you for a while now, she said as she turned to face away from Nori.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's where this was going.
Yeah, that's chapter 6. So this is chapter 7. You have a crush on me? Asked a stunned Nori. To this, Raina just gave a slight nod of her head while continuing to avoid eye contact. See, that makes her said the other Raina before being cut off by Nori. Makes her nothing, said Nori as she stood up while holding on to Raina and making her stand as well.
Wait.
I don't know. Is she going to call her a slur?
I'm trying to think because it starts with un.
And yeah.
What word can fill in there that would be grammatically correct for un?
An ugly lesbian. I don't know. Raina is still my best friend, and in fact, I feel the same way for her, she said. You do? Asked both Rainas. The normal one was shock, while her counterpart was disbelief and a little bit of anger. I do, and you don't have to fight alone anymore, said Nori, as she held her hand out for Raina to take hold of. You're right, said Raina while taking her friend's hand. No, said the other Reina as the light radiated out from her connected hands. Back in the real world, the light had also started to radiate from their hands there as well and filled the room. Whoa, said Drake as he shielded his eyes. I don't know who Drake is. Yeah, that's basically it. And then, like, light stuff happens.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, I had to meet the feelings part.
Mhm.
All right, okay. Under Wraps 2021. This one basically had, like, really boring fanfic of, like, Marshall and Amy went on a first date, and it was just kinda boring. I found this one called Wicked Detention Between Frenemies by there's, like, numbers in here, writer James 4, and this is what I wrote. This fanfic has some of the nastiest, most explicit sex I've ever read.
Oh.
I think it's more jarring the fact that they're very clear about them being minors.
Ugh.
There is absolutely no buildup or good reason why they start doing it. They just start. So this fan fiction is about Marshall and Todd, who's like the bully character in that movie, and they're in detention together, and they have wild explicit sex. And I wrote one quote down that I can read, but otherwise I do not feel comfortable reading it. So here's the quote. Oh, fuck, Marsh. You're fucking wild, Todd told him with a complimentary grin. Oh, fuck, Marshall. Marsh, you crazy hot freak.
And that okay.
Yeah. It was nasty.
And you read it?
I
I'm
did.
sorry.
Because I was like, is there anything usable here? And it's too explicit. And I read
Under Wraps 2021.
Yeah.
I guess the Malachi Barton effect.
I guess. It really they're in detention together. And it's just like, damn, you're hot. And they just like start doing it.
Where's the teacher?
Was that they were out of the room and the teacher comes back later and they're like, nothing happened. It's wild.
Okay.
Okay, next is Jumping Ship. There was Jumping Ship, and
It doesn't surprise me that much that there's jumping ship.
well, okay.
It's still Lawrence Brothers.
This one's called Sink or Swim by Anime Girl 1129. And in the notes, it does say, okay, I know, another fic for another fandom that no one is interested in, barring the friends I forced to watch the movie while I was writing this, to whom I owe thanks. And yeah, the three main actors are all played by the Lawrence brothers, but they're not playing brothers, so not weird. Reviews are awesome. Characters are not mine to enjoy. So this is about Michael and Jake, who are played by brothers, but they are not brothers.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Right, okay.
That doesn't concern me at all.
Yeah, so basically it starts on day 8 and it goes through like kind of the rest of the days. And what's fun about this one is it does pull dialogue from the movie.
I love when a fanfic does that.
Yeah. So like, okay, I'm just gonna read parts of this. So hey, Jake starts somewhat awkwardly picking nervously at the remnants of a coconut shell. Want to go for a walk or something? Michael eyes him curiously, but nods and gets to his feet. Sure, man. And then they go to the beach. So, why'd you want to come out here? Michael asked, eyes darting quickly around now that he realizes he might have been caught at his staring. Eventually, he settles on Jake again, gaze lingering a little too long before he looks out to sea. He has no idea why he says it. No idea what he's even thinking, really, when he blurts out a snarky, just wondering if you like what you see. Michael coughs on nothing, eyes blown wide in panic evident on his face. What? He spitters because at some point, dreams about Heather hit or girls back home in California gave way to dreams about Jake that put them all to shame, and he's not quite sure what he means just yet. Dude, you stare. A lot, Jake explains. So what are you staring at? Have I had something poisonous crawling all over me all this time? I've caught you at least a couple dozen times today, Michael. Michael tries. A deer in headlights is not even close to an adequate description of the panic look on his face. Nope, poisonous, not that I've seen. You've certainly been checking. Very funny, he retorts. So I was looking. So what? So weren't you supposed to be meeting some girl once you're off my boat? Jake counters, having overheard a few conversations concerning the issue before the pirates hit. didn't think I'd be your type. You're not. At least, I don't know. Well, I've thought about things before, but I've never felt like this, and I don't know what to do. And if my dad finds out, Jake can see that Michael is rapidly descending into panic attack territory with this out of nowhere identity crisis. Jake, I don't know how to deal with this. He settles a hand on Michael's shoulder in a move that happens without any real thought. And, well, he's not exactly new at this. There was that one time in high school, at least. So he opts for the easiest method he can think of to help Michael sort this out. It might get him punched in the face, but it might make the rest of their time spent on this island seriously awkward. But if he doesn't, then Michael's just going to keep pining, and that could end badly too. They're standing closer than he realized they were, so when he surges forward with no warning, he only has a short distance to go before there's contact. Lips pressed against lips, and he's more than a little surprised when Michael doesn't fight him at all. Instead, after a brief second of frozen shock, he kisses back and shifts closer, and a hand slides up his arm and into his hair. And another curls around his bicep. It feels a little one-sided on his end, so Jake lets his hand settle above Michael's hips, pressing into smooth skin and hard muscle. A tongue probes against his lips, requesting entrance, and he gives in without tension. If he hasn't already figured out that Michael is a fantastic kisser, Jake would have gotten the hint at this point. There's a slight nip at his lower lip as Michael finally pulls away, looking flush and something close to starstruck. Wow, Jake manages as he blinking as he recovers his breath. Michael's hands still linger, though they've shifted, one on his neck and the other on his back, just barely under the worn fabric of his loose t-shirt. So, you're really good at that. You too, said Michael. And then they have like the whole conversation about the watch, like line for line.
So they did all of this. Well, oh no, this is the first.
This is day 8
of the
on the island. Yeah, so it's the watch of like, here,
not like,
you can have it back, and he's like, no, I want you to keep it.
I thought that was when Tommy was like taken away. Is this when Tommy was taken away? They could have flushed around
so.
with the.
They definitely did because they add kisses in there too.
Yeah, but well, I thought that was just all happening off camera.
Well, I also, no, this is definitely before that because then I was skimming a later chapter and they have the conversation of like, if like you got to take Tommy away if this doesn't work. I guess that's when Tommy's gone. So maybe he is gone. But I'm pretty sure in the next chapter they wait till Tommy's asleep and then they sneak off to the beach. So, yeah.
Not a bad one.
Yeah. Okay, this one's wild. Good Luck Charlie, it's Christmas. Again, I couldn't find specifically a Christmas one, but I found a fanfic called Taking Bob Duncan by JGuard 2015.
Oh, no.
And the description is Bob gets kidnapped by 2 kidnappers there to be their slave.
Oh.
So it's about like...
Oh, that was not what I expected.
And it's wild how actually innocently this is written. So I'll read chapter 1 to start. It's called Removing Bob. 2 guys were looking through the windows on the Duncan's porch watching the parents. Okay, Duke, said an muscular-looking Latino when Amy leaves the room. We're gonna sneak in and take Bob. Got it, Dwayne. What are we gonna do with him? We're going to hypnotize him to be our slave, and once you're in the van with him, I'm gonna sneak in and grab his exterminator uniform and we're gonna burn it. Then they saw Amy get up from the couch and walk upstairs. Okay, now's our chance, said Dwayne as he slowly opened the door. Then he snuck behind the couch and stood up. Then he sprayed chloroform on his mouth and placed it on Bob's mouth, who was unaware what was happening. As soon as Bob was asleep, Duke cradled him up. He's heavy, he said. I know, Duke whispered. Hurry up before Amy comes back. When he then helped Dwayne carry Bob to the van and place the sheet in the back of it. Then Dwayne removed his watch and wedding ring and put them in his pocket, and Duke got out, shutted the door, and spied on the house, waiting for Amy to leave since the 3 kids were already out of the house to grab Bob's uniform and burn it. That's chapter 1. And there's 2 more chapters. I don't have to read them, but it's basically like that, where...
Does it get away in the end?
No, they're just like, they bring him to the place. Tomorrow I will tell you the next plan for Duncan, said Dwayne. Okay, said Duke, as they watched the fire burn the uniform till they could see in the war. So they burned the uniform. And then in chapter 3, Dwayne and Duke woke up after they got dressed and went over the plan. I'm gonna pick up Smith, Duke, and you hide out with Bob near the motel. Like, what is happening? This is so clearly a young kid.
I mean, that's the thing about we're talking about fan fiction of like children's movies and shows.
But why is there fanfic like the dad being taken to be a slave?
They thought it would be interesting. And like this, they're learning to find their voice.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. We get to see this person may be a writer nowadays.
Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, I wrote Good Luck Charlie fanfic about the
I think they
dad.
would bury this.
It's wild. Finally, Cloud Nine. This one's called Unanswered Questions by High Lady of Terrason. What happens after fire and ice? It's literally just the events.
Oh, okay.
And this is written in one giant paragraph, so like it's not broken up at all. So it's kind of hard, but I did enjoy it. So I will read this. Everything was perfect. They had won at Fire and Ice. Nick had apologized, and she had proven to everyone that she was more than what they saw on the surface. The hot doggers were walking back to the dog spot for some celebratory pizza. She and Will strolling along just behind Sam and Dink. Nothing could ruin this. Nothing except Kayla, Will said suddenly. Will, she said with mock seriousness. Why are you limping? Kayla's heart sank in her chest. All that work to make it look like she was fine. All that effort. What do you mean? I'm not limping, she said lightly, hoping to confuse him. Yes, you are. You're favoring your right leg. What's up? Nothing. I'm fine, honestly. Will gave her a skeptical look, as if to say, really? You're going to try that? They reached Hot Doggers, Sam reaching for the phone. What kind of pizza? Will gave Kayla a look and answered, we're not getting any pizza until Kayla tells us what's wrong with her ankle. Dink nodded while Sam grumbled, putting down his cell phone. Kayla sighed. Promise you won't get mad? Sam and Dink nodded, and Will smiled. You can trust us, Kayla. Okay, she sighed, pulling off her snow boots. There was silence as they took the sight of Kayla's ankles, purple and swollen. Then Will started yelling, what the hell, Kayla? How could you not tell me? You could have. Stop, man, Sam yelled. Can't you see you're not helping? Will looked at Kayla, then and his rage guttered, then went out. Kayla sat on the couch, holding back tears, waiting, he realized, for Will to finish. She had known he would react like this. She just sat there taking it. Will sat beside her, pulling her into a hug. Kayla stiffened in surprise and sank into him, wrapping her arms around his neck and letting a few tears run down her cheeks. What happened? Will asked softly this time. Last night, after Sebastian approached me, I knew straight away I wouldn't take his offer. So I went back to the half pipe. Alone? You went back alone with no one to coach you or help you if you were injured? Or let her finish, man.
Yeah.
Sam was right. Kayla waited a minute, took a deep breath, and continued. I had to beat Team Swift. I had to show them that I was a good boarder, not just everybody's favorite daddy's girl. So I went for it. Cloud 9. I got so close, but then it all went wrong. The edge of my board hit the pipe and I fell, landing on my ankle. I thought it was just twisted, so I kept going. But it got worse. It got so bad that I couldn't concentrate, so I went home.
And she's gonna do the real Cloud9 in competition after this. Okay.
So I went home and rested, hoping it would be better by morning, but it wasn't. She was whispering now. I had to prove myself, Will. I had to, so I boarded anyway, and I did it. So it was worth it.
You know what? If this was in the movie, I might like the movie more because it's kind
Incredible.
of stupid and like actually shows her being determined.
I love it. Sudden silence filled the room after Kayla's story. Sam left briefly, returning with ice and wrappings. Let me get this straight, asked Dink. You won Fire and Ice. You beat Sky Sailor. You did a Cloud 9 with a broken ankle. Kayla nodded. Will, please don't be mad. Kayla started to cry again. Will mutely wrapped her ankle and picked her up. Finally, he spoke. I don't think I've ever been prouder of anyone in my life. And he kissed her. Will kissed her, holding her bridal style in the middle of the room. Sam and Dink started cheering, and the dogs joined in, howling along. Finally, Kayla and Will broke apart, smiling broadly, only to hear someone whisper behind them. Kayla? They spun around, Will almost dropping Kayla in shock to see Nick Swift and the rest of the Swift team, excluding Sky, standing in the entrance of the hot doggers. I love how they exclude Sky, even though it would not matter. Sure. Kayla, what are you doing? Nick repeated, louder this time. It was Will who replied, What does it look like, Swift? She's kissing her boyfriend. Kayla looked at him, eyes shining. Are you sure? And she looked so worried, as if he would laugh at her and tell her, No, of course not. He kissed her again. If you're sure, I'm sure, he replied. Nick broke into their blissful bubble. Well, we just wanted to congratulate you guys. I was wondering if I could maybe talk to you, Kayla? Kayla looked so afraid then. We tried to hide it, but Will knew her too well for that. Whatever you want to say to her, you can say where we can hear it. You don't get to hurt Kayla again. Nick looked temporarily shocked, but accepted it. Kayla, I'm sorry about everything. I really am. I love you. And I wanted to know if we could give another shot. Kayla took a deep breath. Nick, she paused, and Will was suddenly so afraid that she would leave him, that this beautiful girl who had turned his life upside down would leave him. Nick, I'm
Yeah, she
sorry.
didn't rejoin the team
And she
Swift,
just,
but she's gonna leave back for Nick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, I'm sorry. I don't love you anymore. Will's heart rose. My boyfriend. I want to be with him. I love you, Will. Will thought he would burst with happiness as Nick nodded slowly, as if he was expecting this. Well, if you ever change your mind, you'll know where I'll be. With that, the Swift team left. Well, we still have one unanswered question, Dink said, shocking everyone. They were pretty sure everything was covered. What pizza are we ordering? I'm hungry. The four friends laughed, and Will sat down, Kayla on his lap, and they shared a smile with her. Now it really was the perfect day.
It does matter that Sky wasn't there because
Why?
they were canonically dating at that
I feel like
moment.
he could have just done that in front of Sky. I don't know. I very much enjoyed that one. That was my favorite one. I
Not
love
the graphic sex of
no,
raps.
no, definitely not that one. This one. I love that they just said her ankle was broken the whole time.
That, yeah,
Isn't that incredible?
pretty unhinged.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
Thanks for
fanfic.
pulling up the fanfic.
Yeah, what was your favorite one? Was it
Everyone
all?
getting pregnant
Yeah, I was
is probably the one that makes me laugh the most.
Was it the all four pregnant girls from Descendants at the same time? Like that one was pretty good.
I feel like that's the peak.
I also liked the Casa La Vista boys just being like, gave a peck on the cheek for my homie.
Freaky Friday pregnancy is also pretty good.
Oh yeah, you like that as like a
I think
dark
that's
twist.
I think that's just like an interesting place to go. It's too bad it didn't go further than that.
Yeah, they never finished it.
Yeah.
They just had that one. But yeah. That is a wrap on 100 DCOMs.
Thank you for listening into any number of them,
Yeah.
even 0. If
It's-
this is your first time here, sure.
Sure. Usually we talk about the movies in depth specifically. This is just our little mini-sode. So, if you have any thoughts on any DCOMs, you can email us at thedcomduo@gmail.com. And next week, we're gonna watch Camp Rock 3 because it's releasing, and we're gonna quickly turn that around with our thoughts.
Mhm.
So tune in for that, unless for some reason we can't turn it around, but
We should be able
we
to.
should be able to.
We're optimistic.
Our intent is fully to watch Camp Rock 3 and make an episode about it.
Like, the worst case scenario, I think, is we delay that episode coming out to a non-Monday, but
Yeah.
we're optimistic.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you for our next mini-sode.
Man, those were some movies.
Man, that was Camp Rock 3.
It was. Exactly.
Yes.
I totally agree.
Totally. And I'm so happy we know if the Jonas Brothers are brothers in the Camp Rock universe. I'm so glad they answered that.
You know, we only have like 20 films remaining. You could just make a guess on any movie that we're watching and probably be right.
That was Luck of the Irish.
Oh man, that's crazy. Oh, go figure. Let me tell you.
Ooh. Twitches.
I figured it would be a better movie.
Twitches, Twin Witches,
That one probably is mathematically likely to happen.
and Twitches too?
And zombies too?
Whoa.
This is crazy.
So many movies, but so little left.
And yet, Johnny Kapahala back on board is the best of them all.